Good morning, boys. Today we're going to deal with simplifying ratios involving fractions. Yesterday we simplified ratios involving mixed units and decimals. And today we're going to simplify ratios involving fractions. Now, to simplify a ratio containing a fraction, we must change the fraction to a whole number first, okay? Because and then simplify. Because ratios, simplified ratios don't have fractions, they contain only whole numbers. So when we have fractions in ratios, first we need to change the fraction to a whole number. And we do this by multiplying with the denominator. If we multiply with the denominator, then we would end up with a whole number. Why? Because denominators cancel, alright? And then simplify the answer. For example, let's start discussing the examples and write the notes or any working accordingly. In the first example, we need to simplify 2/3 is to 4. Now, the only fraction that we have in this ratio is 2/3, okay? So I need to write this ratio as whole numbers. By multiplying both parts by the denominator. We must multiply both parts, not only one part, because as we said, remember this is just like a fraction. If we multiply the numerator by a number, we must multiply the denominator by the same number, okay? So we need to multiply both parts by the denominator, and the only denominator that there is 3. So I need to multiply both parts of the ratio by 3, okay? Now, if we multiply 2/3 by 3, let's work it out so that you will realize how it is done. So 2/3 times 3, as we said, denominator will cancel. Like that, denominator will cancel. And I end up with 2 times 1, it's 2. So 2/3, if I multiply it by 3, I end up with the first part as a whole number 2. If I multiply the second part of the ratio by 3, 4 times 3 is 12. So I end up with the ratio 2:12, but 2:12 can be simplified, okay? So it can be simplified, it can be divided by 2. 2 division by 2, it's 1. 12 division by 2, it's 6. So the answer, 1:6, is the answer because it cannot be simplified further, okay? Now, let's try an example in which we have a mixed number, okay? Now, when we have a mixed number, we need to change that mixed number into an improper fraction first, okay? It's important when we have a mixed number to change to an improper fraction first, okay? Now, so the 3 remains at 3 for the moment. The 3 remains at 3. Is 2. 2 and 1/4. We do 2 the whole times the denominator, okay, times 4 plus the numerator plus 1. Everything on the denominator that we had before. So everything times 4. Let's do a mark. 2 times 4, just like we did in class when we did changing mixed numbers to improper, plus 1. I think you remember this. Now, that becomes 3 is 2. 2 times 4, it's 8. 8 plus 1 is 9 all over 4. I need to multiply both parts by 4 because I have a denominator 4. So I end up with 3 times 4 is 2. 9 all over 4 times 4. I can cancel the 4 with the 4. So I end up with 3 times 4, it's 12. is to 9. All right? So 12 is to 9. I will continue here. 12 is to 9 can be simplified further. 12 is to 9 can be divided by 3. 12 division by 3 is 4. 9 division by 3 is 3. 4 is to 3 cannot be simplified further, so that is the final answer. Okay, that is the final answer, 4 is to 3. So first we changed the mixed number into an improper fraction. It became 9 all over 4. Then we multiplied both parts by 4 by the denominator. We ended up with 12 is to 9. 12 is to 9 can be simplified into divided by 3, both parts. 4 is to 3. So that is the final answer because it cannot be simplified further. Now, example 3. Okay. We have simplify 5 and 1/4 is to 3 1/2. First of all, we need to change to an improper fraction first. So, I'm going to mark that same thing. 5 times 4, the wholes times the denominator, plus the numerator. On the other side, it's the same thing. The wholes times the denominator plus the numerator. Okay, so it becomes 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 1, it's 21 all over the denominator that I had before. So it remains a 4 is 2. On the other side, 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1, it's 7 all over 2. So I change them to an improper fraction first. Okay? Now, when we have two denominators, just like in this case, I have a denominator of 4 and I have a denominator of 2, okay? I need to multiply both parts by the largest denominator. If I multiply both parts by the largest denominator, then I end up with whole numbers, not with a fraction again, all right? So it's important that when you have two denominators, when you have two fractions, you multiply by the largest denominator, okay? So 21 all over 4 is to 7 all over 2. The largest denominator is 4. So I need to multiply both parts by 4. I multiply the first part by 4 and the second part by 4. The 4 can be cancelled with the 4, and the 2 on the other side can be cancelled with the 4. As you can see now, in both fractions, I ended up with a denominator of 1, and that's what I need, right? I don't need fractions, but I need whole numbers. In the first part of the ratio, 21 times 1 all over 1, it's 21 is 2. On the other side, 7 times 2, 14. 14 division by 1, it's 14. Okay, so I ended up with 21 is to 14. And I need to simplify if necessary. And it is necessary to simplify because 21 and 14 are both multiples of 7. So 21 is to 14. Both parts can be divided by 7. 21 division by 7, it's 3. 14 division by 7, it's 2. 3 is to 2 cannot be simplified further, so that is the final answer. Okay? Now, we've done 3 examples, boys. We've done the first one. Today we've done 3 examples. We've done the first one where there is a proper fraction and the whole number. Okay? We've done a second one in which we had a whole number and a mix, which we had to change to improper first. And we've done the third example when we had two mixed numbers, okay, which we had to change to improper first, okay? And then always, when we have two fractions, it's important to bear in mind that you need to multiply by the largest denominator, okay, to cancel, to eliminate fractions, okay, and obtain whole numbers only, okay? And then we need to simplify further if the parts can be reduced further, okay? Now what you need to do, boys, is you need to download the homework, okay? Do the homework, you can do it on the Word document itself and upload it again. Just in case you get stuck, watch the video again, alright? And try to work the examples with me, and if you can work the examples all alone, then you've understood and you can carry on with your homework. If not, try to work them out, try to work the examples again until you manage to work them out on your own, okay? So that's all for today, boys. Good day and take care.